tool, you know, we can pry these up a little bit here and then just pull them up. Get one there. He's got a different one in here, so we got a screwdriver for this one. Take that out. Try and get underneath it. There it is. We'll pop this one out. And as we pull the grill back, oh, we got one more plug right here. The grill's pulling back now. The headlights have two clips that hold them in. Clips right in here. And then try and push down on it. Pull it away. As we push down on it. Can't really get to the back side of it. There's one. Push down on the clip in here. We got the headlight plug over here for the amber directional bulb. We're just going to hang it right now. It looks like there's a clip right here, and this one just came out on its own. So we're going to twist this socket out over here as well, and just let this one hang. And we should be able to pull this one, this last clip here.
So we're going to explain something real quick while Steve has the grill. A lot of the videos, they'll show you to grab the bottom that we've seen. They'll show you to grab the grill and kind of yank it out. You know, we're pressing down on these little tabs with the screwdriver to help, you know, ease the strain on these plastic tabs. It'll give you, by pushing down on these with the flathead screwdriver and then kind of pulling them out one by one, it's going to put less tension on this tab and it'll be less likely to break one off. So you always kind of want to be gingerly with this stuff. It's getting old. It can become brittle. It's plastic. So just a little tip for you guys on why we're doing it this way.
We push down on the top and then we kind of lift it up on it and then it pops back out.
Yep.
So we got a T15 Torx bit and it looks like there's 4 of them on here. So we'll start taking these off. And they're pretty small. Okay, take the bezel off. The headlight's just bobbling now. And so it's got a plug on it with a little slide clip to slide back. So you can slide the little red slide clip back. And then we should be able to depress the green tongue right here. And then that's going to let the headlight come out. And we just gave it a little wedge, so now it's coming out. It's kind of, all right, we got a little small tip screwdriver. We're just going to try and tap it underneath this. Try and get it to come up a little bit like that. Then we can get our tool under here. Okay, this one.
So if they're stripped, this is your workaround, right, Steve?
Yeah. Once you get underneath them, they just come up, so you're good. Then we can get our little tool underneath here. And we can just push them back down. They're going to be good to reuse. The big ones too. So, all right. So we get these out. Go back with all of our stuff here. A little too thick. So what we did was we took our side cutters and we just trimmed them down a little bit and trimmed them back a little, and now if you listen, you'll hear this thing click into the thing. And we couldn't get the locking tab down on it, so now it's good. So it appears that these little tabs are too thick. And we look at our original headlight, wire is going to run up to the fuse panel, and this other wire is going to run down to the light down here for our fog light. I'm going to tighten any of these until we get them all in. Off, they're kind of brittle. We just slipped it underneath it and put it back on. It's holding on fine. And this is a T15 Torx bit that we're using. And that's it. And you have to feed all the wiring down into place to get this thing in there and make it look comfortable. You don't want the wire all bent like a Z. You want to give it some breathing room in there. All right, so we have 3 empty spots here for ignition power, fortunately. 1, 2, and 3. So we put one of our jumpers in here with the 10 amp fuse. And we're going to take this one and stick this one into the 3rd slot. Push it in, it's nice and neat looking. And we're going to run our wires like this. Now we're going to poke a hole, ground down through the cover. We're just going to ground this down a little bit so we can get both of our wires to come out, and we'll have the wire loom come right up to it. So that's what we're going to finish. We're going to take these off and put shrink wrap connectors on, and then we just got to connect our 2 wires that are off power feed wires, and these will come up, and we'll get this so that it looks nice and neat. Put my button plugs back in.
So if you have to adjust the headlight up or down, the adjustment on both sides is right here. You're gonna need, what size was it?
T15.
A T15 Torx bit. We just had to bring the driver's side down to come in line with the passenger side. So that adjustment is right here.
And we had to take the grill cover off to do this. So the grill's got to be off to do that. So we have everything working. We have our fuses installed over here in the fuse panel. And these are jumper fuses, right? So we ran the 2 of them here. There's one here and one here. And you have to have 2 fuses in these depending on where you put it in. We plugged it in and only one side was working. And then we're like, well, I know it's ignition power here, so it goes through the fuse like a Z. So, because it's got 2 fuses in that one jumper fuse. But we found 2 open posts in Tony's fuse box here. So we just put 2 5 amp fuses in on each, because it's like a 4 amp circuit for the fuse. So we got the 2 5s in there, and we took a 5/16 drill bit and we just ground down the fuse panel here and here with our drill, and we tucked our loom in with the the loom facing down. So now we can close our box up, and everything's tight. It's all sealed in. If you come over here and look at this side, that is all sealed in really nice and tight. So we're not gonna have any water in there. We shrink wrap, butt connected all of our joints, all of our connections. So we're gonna put the headlight sockets back in right now. And these twist from the side, if I remember correctly. They twist up like that. And I thought these might have been amber bulbs, but they're not. They're just the clears. So we got those locked in place. We're gonna line up our clips here. So we got these all lined up. This goes over this harness here. Now we're just going to put our plugs back in. Tony adjusted the headlights. He's happy with that. And that's it. They look pretty cool in the front. Whatever makes Tony happy, I guess. So it's all back together. Everything's working right.
Let's turn them on real quick. We'll show everybody what they look like.
All right, put the headlights on. There you see the 3 on the top are on. High beams. Wow, look at those funky directionals, huh? Whatever it makes for him to be happy, huh? All right, you got your high beams on. That's when the bottom lights come on, so now they're all on. All right, shut the high beams off. Okay. Yeah, kind of funky looking. So
here are the low beams that the new headlights installed. Here are the low beams of the driving lights on. And here are the high beams. High beams off, high beams on, and just the driving lights. Pretty bright. Made a big difference. These are wicked bright. They fill in a lot more of the road from what I noticed.